So last night, after going to see a double feature the night before, I went and saw Silence. Now, this was a movie that I was destined. I was trying really hard to fucking go see one way or another. This movie didn't come to my theater until this past week, and I came to the realization last night that, oh shit, I gotta go see this like right now, or I have because it leaves the theater tonight. The last time it plays is tonight, and my movie theater for some fucking reason decided to only play it at one time during the whole day for the whole week, and that was at 9:15 at night. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, this movie's 2.5 fucking hours long, and they decided to play it at 9:15 at fucking night to the point you don't get home till like midnight. And like, really? Fucking really? And like, it became really hard because of that, just to find the time to go see this. And like, I was out with friends yesterday, and I was like, we were about done like playing or kind of like hanging out and stuff like that. And, like, we were about done, and I'm like, hey, it's almost 9:15. I could maybe rush and make it to the theater. I literally hauled ass, went to the movie theater, and got to saw the bits of the last trailer, which was The Mummy. So I don't have any trailers with this movie review, but I saw the last minutes of the Mummy trailer, and literally the movie started right after that. I was like, cool. So now, this is a movie I was looking forward to mainly just because it's being directed by Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese is one of my favorite fucking directors out there. Along with Quentin Tarantino, he's, in my opinion, the greatest living director today. Maybe one of the greatest directors ever. And this was a movie that, if it hadn't been directed by Martin Scorsese, I probably would have had no interest in seeing it. It just didn't really seem like an interesting idea for a movie, even though the trailers look pretty good. I was just mainly sold on it being, it had a lot of great actors. I mainly just sold on it being directed by Martin Scorsese. I will see anything he makes. And it's been getting well received. It got ignored at the Oscars, which I was shocked by. When I heard, I was like, wow, that's really shocking. A Martin Scorsese movie gets completely ignored at the Oscars. I think it got for cinematography, that was it. So, man, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to probably get a lot of shit for this review. And it really pains me to say what I'm about to say. But I noticed it's getting really well received by some people, and I know apparently I'm in the minority when it comes with this movie, but holy shit, was that one of the most boring movies I've sat through all year. I swear to God, I keep thinking I'm going to wake up, and I'm still at the movie theater, and it's 12 hours later, and the movie's still going. I shit you not. That movie went on for fucking ages. And it just, I kept the whole time throughout, majority of this movie, really wanting to really wanting to like this movie. I was like, maybe this will get better. Maybe this will, pick up. And maybe it just had a slow start. But it just kept going and going. And especially at the end, I just gave the fuck up. And by the end of this movie, I gave up. I can say positives about this movie. It is well acted. Andrew Garfield's in this movie, is the main actor in this movie. He is really good. I find it hilarious that the two big movies he was in this year, were both about religion and about basically him playing a character that is being persecuted in one way or another. The other movie being Hacksaw Ridge. He's about one step from being in a fucking Pure Flix film, but he's way too good of an actor being one of those fucking pieces of shit. He's good in this movie. He has some really goddamn good scenes and everything else. Liam Neeson's in this movie for barely barely in it. And Liam Neeson. Like, the opening scene is really effective. Like, honestly, the opening scene of this movie was really good. Like, it kind of got me sold on this. I'm like, all right, it's kind of brutal. I'm not saying like I'm bitching about the brutality. I'll tell you why I found this boring. It was not because it was not, gory or anything. Like, this isn't. I didn't expect like The Departed or Goodfellas or anything like that, or Casino. But it was a really intense scene. Like, I love that scene. That was really good. And like the acting by Liam Neeson was really good, but he doesn't even pop up until like the very end of this movie after that scene at all. I was almost determined that he would never pop up again in this movie. Like, even though he's like on the poster, he's literally on the poster, and he's like literally in this movie for maybe about 20 minutes. Shit you not. Adam Driver's in this, but he's the supporting role. He's good in this. He's a guy that you can tell is good. Like, it has a big future in Hollywood. A lot. It's really well made. What a fucking shock! Martin Scorsese knows where to point a camera and make really beautiful shots, and like, what a shock! Like, I can see this one in cinematography. I'm fine with that. Like, cinematography wise, it's stunning, really well made. Like I said, I don't think it's a shock that Scorsese can make a good looking movie. Like, there's some really stunning shots in this movie. Scenery is really good, like the landscape, everything. Like, other than like, from a technical standpoint, the only thing I could complain about was like there was a couple CGI moments, like when the girl was set on fire, it looked really fucking fake. But it was like, that was one of the only ones, and I think when the guy got decapitated, it was a little bit but it was still pretty good. It was by that point nothing was happening, so and when that happened, it did come as a shock. But but why is this movie so boring for me is that it's the subject matter. I shit you not. Like, you could probably tell the story well, maybe, I guess. I think you could. But this movie is so dialogue heavy. It's dialogue heavy to death. I swear Tarantino couldn't do this, and it's all about religion. And it's all about the same goddamn conversations over and over and over and over and over and over again. It repeats scenes, copy and paste scenes, and puts them throughout the goddamn movie, and they're same goddamn scenes over and over and over again. Particularly, here's a good example, like the scene where they meet a Japanese guy who's a drunk who he got banished from Japan after he renounced God. He was a Christian and renounced God, and he takes Adam Driver and Andrew Garfield to Japan, and he has the story arc throughout this whole fucking movie that he was a former Christian, and he wants to at the beginning he wants to have Andrew Garfield do a confessional on him, and that's fine and all, but this happens non-stop. He will literally betray Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver, and then run away, and then come back and ask for a confessional from them again, and then betray him again, and then run away, and then come back, and then ask for a confessional, betray him, run away, it seriously happens over the fucking, so much in this movie. And, it's a lot of the same fucking, dialogue. I couldn't fucking care less about this. It killed me. I was really wanting to like this movie. Hell, it isn't like until like an hour and 10 minutes. I literally counted like an hour and 10 minutes in this movie before Andrew Garfield gets captured by the Japanese. And I was like, okay, maybe this movie's going to start picking up, you know? Maybe it's going to start getting really good. I was hopeful. I kept being very, very hopeful. And it just didn't. It was dialogue heavy. I couldn't give a fuck about anybody in this thing. Andrew Garfield kind of did, but barely. I don't know if I praise them for getting Japanese actors, like actual, casting actual Japanese actors. I'm not going to bitch about that because that I got praise for, because like nowadays, it would be casted as a white guy would be casted as a Japanese guy nowadays usually. But by God, it was sometimes really hard to understand what they were saying. Am I the only one who had trouble hearing what the hell they were saying? When it wasn't the subtitles, which I didn't have a problem with. God damn. Like a lot of like very dialogue heavy scenes are like dialogue is said by, these Japanese guys with very heavy accents that you can't fucking understand. And a lot of this, just the dialogue, even when you understand it, is fucking boring as sin. And I get what they were trying to say. I get it. I really do. And I know I'm not religious at all. And that's not the reason why I didn't like this movie. I've seen movies that have the same messages like this movie has, and I still like them. I just couldn't, and this movie just went on and on. Seriously, the ending to this movie felt longer than the ending to fucking Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. It had like 500 different. It just went on and on and on and on. You think at a certain point it's going to end, and it goes on for 30 more fucking minutes. I was like, seriously, end this movie. I was getting really irritated by the end of this movie. Really irritated. Man, this movie kills me. This really, really does kill me. That say I didn't like it. I really didn't. Man. This isn't going to make my top 10 worst, but this ain't going to make my worst list. Oh, hell no. It's well made. It's pretty well acted. Just, I couldn't give a shit about it. It could be still well made and well acted. I still could, it's possible you can still not give a shit about it. Man. Oh man, it's like after I got out of the theater, it's like I should have just went home. I was like, I should have just went home. So yeah, I don't recommend Silence. I apologize to the again. Scorsese's still one of my favorite directors. There's always what I was saying. Somebody today, I was like, even my favorite directors out there have movies out that they have movies that I don't like as much as other ones. Tarantino, I can name. Jackie Brown, Death Proof. Although Jackie Brown, I think, is his weakest. I know a lot of people say Death Proof, but I would say Jackie Brown. Death Proof at least had Kurt Russell and that awesome car chase scene at the end. But yeah, even Death Proof has a lot of the same problems that I had with this, like the dialogue. I could not give a shit about, and this, I didn't give a shit about the dialogue in Death Proof. Yeah, man, it's killing me. I can't believe I fucking did not like the Scorsese movie. Whew. Yeah, that's as far as my reviews go. I will be back. I still got to see Split. I haven't seen it yet. I had to rush and go see Silence because it was leaving the theater. Split will be there for a few weeks, I'm sure. It's number one at the box office. And also, we're getting Manchester by the Sea. So I'm going to see that, and then by next week or so, I'm going to try, after I see that movie, by next week or so, I will try and do my top 10 list of the year. So then after seeing Manchester by Sea, I've pretty much seen everything I want to see before I make my top 10 list. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.